Top 10 African cities with the highest cost of living. In today's video, I will be taking you across Africa to show you the top 10 cities with the highest cost of living. With the global economic crisis, living standards have increased. Have you ever wondered which the most expensive place to live in Africa is? It might interest you to know that some of the most expensive places to live in the world is in Africa. After a careful analysis, salaries, and much more, I will present these to you. One direct consequence of a high cost of living is how simple it is for people to get by. Many people's salaries might be significantly depleted by housing, transportation, and other necessities, leaving little money for savings or other discretionary spending. Indexes for rent, groceries, restaurants, and cost of living, plus the cost of living is influenced by the rent index, an estimation of consumer goods prices, including rent and local purchasing power. Hello there, you are watching Africa Reloaded, and I am James, your host. Take a few seconds to like this video as we begin. 10. Pretoria, Cost of Living Index, 35.7. The administrative capital of South Africa and the location of the executive arm of government, Pretoria is the country's fourth largest metropolis after Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Durban. This city is the 10th most expensive to live in Africa, with a local buying power of 9.0. Pretoria doesn't get much attention, but it's a great place to live and offers many of the same options as Johannesburg while being a little quieter. Its more relaxed way of life and reduced crime rate are also pluses. Pretoria is known for its jacaranda tree-lined streets and for being well planned. Without housing, a single person's projected monthly expenses are $536. Compared to New York, Pretoria is 64.4% less expensive. 9. Gaborone, Cost of Living Index, 36.6. Botswana's capital city is Gaborone. It is well known for housing native species, including wildebeest and impala, as well as resident and migratory birds in the Gaborone Game Reserve. The high cost of power and water, the lack of suitable management and labor skills, the small domestic market, and the country's high living standards have all hindered industrial development in Botswana. Without rent, the projected monthly expenses for a family of four are $1,753.07. Without rent, the projected monthly expenses for a single person are $495.02. Compared to Seattle, Gaborone is 61.8% less expensive. 8. Lagos, Cost of Living Index, 37.8. With a projected population of 25 million in 2023, Lagos would be the most populated metropolis in both Nigeria and Africa. Up until December 1991, Lagos served as Nigeria's capital when the government decided to relocate it to Abuja in the country's center. Lagos, the economic center of Lagos State and all of Nigeria, is a significant financial hub for Africa. The city, which has a big impact on business, entertainment, technology, education, politics, tourism, art, and fashion, has been called the cultural, financial, and entertainment center of Africa. In comparison to other cities, it provides a high standard of living. 7. Johannesburg, Cost of Living Index, 39.4. Johannesburg is a city in South Africa's Gauteng province. It serves as the nation's principal financial and industrial hub. Expats have many opportunities in this city. Basic societal necessities, including electricity, roads, food, and many others, are easily accessible. The high expense of healthcare and education in this nation drives up the cost of living. For local residents, the average monthly cost of living in Johannesburg, South Africa, is $500. Expats and digital nomads will spend more to maintain their living standards in Johannesburg, which range from $1,100 to $1,700 per month. The prevalence of petit theft and other crimes has increased due to the high expense of living. 6. Harare, Cost of Living Index, 42.4. Zimbabwe's capital, Harare, previously Salisbury, is located in the northeastern region of the nation. With multi-story structures and roads dotted with trees, the city is contemporary and thoughtfully planned. Although it has a cost associated with it, living in this vibrant, clean city is very enjoyable. Harara's $951 average cost of living ranks in the top 38% of the world's least expensive cities, although it is pricey in Africa. The projected monthly cost of living in Harare for a family of 4 is $2,070.09, not including rent. Without rent, the anticipated monthly expenses for a single person are $599.07. Compared to New York, Harare is 57.6% less expensive. 5. Port Louis, cost of living index, 42.8. The capital of Mauritius, an island nation in the western Indian Ocean, is Port Louis. It is located on Mauritius, the major island of the nation. The largest city and primary port in the nation is Port Louis. It is positioned between a seaport and mountains. The port's role in the economy of Port Louis is significant. This city is well developed, offering a wide range of social services to everyone at a reasonable cost. Compared to New York, Port Louis is 57% less expensive. In comparison to New York, Port Louis rent is typically 85% less expensive. On the list of the most expensive nations in the world, Mauritius came in at number 130, while South Africa came in at number 104. 4. Abidjan, cost of living index, 44.4. The main port, largest city, and de facto capital of Côte d'Ivoire are all located in Abidjan. It is situated along the Abria Lagoon, which is isolated from the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Guinea by the sandbar known as Fridi Plage. The town of Abidjan is really lovely and lively. There you are made to feel wonderfully welcome, and getting to know the locals is simple. Without rent, the projected monthly expenses for a family of 4 are $2,325.03. Without rent, the projected monthly expenses for a single person are $680.01, $405,761.8 CFA. The average cost of living in Ivory Coast is 40.9% less than it is in the US. The average rent in Ivory Coast is 65.5% less than it is in the US. But in comparison to other African cities, its standard of living is high. 3. Addis Ababa, cost of living index, 44.5. Addis Ababa, the capital city of Ethiopia, has experienced significant growth and development in recent years. However, despite progress, the standard of living in the city remains relatively high for many residents. The city has a high poverty rate, with a significant portion of the population living below the poverty line. Access to basic necessities such as food, water, and healthcare remains limited for many residents, particularly those living in slum areas. The cost of living in the city is also relatively high, making it difficult for low-income residents to afford basic goods and services. Despite these challenges, Addis Ababa has made significant progress in improving infrastructure and public services. The city has made investments to increase access to transportation for many inhabitants, including the construction of a new light rail system. With the building of new schools and hospitals, the city has also made large investments in healthcare and education. 2. Dakar, cost of living index, 48.4. The capital of Senegal is Dakar, which is also one of the most costly cities in West Africa to live in. Dakar has a relatively high cost of living, with food, transit, and housing being the 3 main expenses. In the city center of Dakar, rent for a one-bedroom apartment can be from $300 to $800 per month, while costs outside the city center might be anywhere from $200 to $500. Taxis and public transportation can both be reasonably priced options, though pricing can vary depending on the form of transportation. Food costs are also fairly high, with imported commodities costing more than domestically grown food. In general, Dakar's cost of living can be bearable for people with a respectable income, but it can be difficult for those on a limited budget. 1. Douala, cost of living index, 54.0. The largest city in Cameroon is Douala, which also serves as the nation's economic center. The standard of living in Douala varies greatly, with some citizens leading comfortable lives while others are impoverished. Due to the high cost of living in the city, many people may find it challenging to pay for essentials. But those with higher incomes can take advantage of modern conveniences like upscale eateries, shopping centers, and opulent housing. Inadequate infrastructure, high crime rates, and restricted access to healthcare are among issues the city must deal with. Douala's overall quality of life is a reflection of the socioeconomic differences that exist in many urban places in sub-Saharan Africa. The cost of living in this town is the highest in all of Africa and Cameroon. Many people in Africa struggle with poverty and have little access to basic essentials, while others have greater wages and modern conveniences. I appreciate you sticking with me through Africa Reloaded. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and leave comments on our channel. Additionally, activate your notification device to receive alerts when we post new videos.